Hey guys, my name's Jess and welcome to this video. So I have not recorded in a very long time. I just kind of didn't feel like doing it. I felt awkward, still feel a little awkward. Luckily nobody else is home besides my dog, but he is asleep in the bedroom right now. He ate dinner and walked away, didn't care about me, didn't care about mom, just wanted his food. But anyways, just hanging out on the couch. It's about 5:30 Friday night. Got some wine right here, some Riesling. It's a little tart, but it's not bad. Had better. It was on sale, so it's fine. Not the end of the world. It's still wine. I wanted to make this video because I've had people that have reached out to me and just had some questions when it comes to fitness and dealing with a disease. So I am hypothyroid. I have been hypothyroid for almost 9 years now. My backstory with it is a lot different than most people. I had a teratoma tumor, say that 3 times fast, on my left ovary. So they think I was born with it, grew as I grew. When they removed it, everything was good, but then they opened it up, sent it to pathology. They found there was the 3 I can remember because I stopped listening because I didn't want to know, because I was 17 years old, about to be a senior in high school, and it just freaked me out way too much to know. There was skin tissue, brain tissue, and thyroid tissue inside the actual tumor, and they found cancer inside the thyroid tissue, inside the tumor. So I'm classified as thyroid cancer, but it was never actually located in my thyroid. But so after all that, I saw my thyroid doctor, my first one. Loved that man. He's great. Dr. Kadori, loved him. I saw him, and it was just a precaution, like just go see him just because of that. Went through some scans and I was fine. Cleared, not a problem. Well, then a year later, he just wanted to do a follow-up just because. Luckily we did, because that's when he found out I was hypothyroid. My levels were extremely low. And by that time, I graduated high school, I had started college, and I was only going to the community college in town, but still, I had started college, and I had seen some weight gain. Personally, I thought it was because I wasn't eating the best. I really wasn't working out, even though I worked at a gym. I worked in the pool, so it was taught swim lessons. I was a lifeguard for 6 years. But, so I was there. So I just thought, I'm not making the best choices, so no wonder I've put on a little bit of weight, but it wasn't anything like serious. Blood results decided, nope, false. So I ended up having multiple blood analyses done and proved that, yes, I was in fact hypothyroid. So started the medication, still wasn't taking care of myself. Wasn't taking care of my body, wasn't eating the right foods. I didn't care what anything was. Like, I just wanted to eat it. And my portions were outrageous. Like, I will fully admit I was so unhealthy. Didn't work out at all. I didn't know what really working out was at that point, even though my boyfriend kept trying to get me a workout with him, and I just wasn't having it. Didn't want to do it. Plain and simple. Hated it. Didn't want to do it. Then a few years later, gained more weight. From when I met my boyfriend, right before senior year started, to my heaviest weight, I put on easily 50 pounds in the matter of 4 years, 3-4 years. not healthy whatsoever. Didn't care about it. And part of that was I blamed my disease of I can't lose weight. It's so hard for me to lose weight. My metabolism is just awful. I can't do anything. And that's what caused me to hate myself. It really did. I hated who I was. I hated how I looked. I never was happy with myself. I would be the girl in the middle of the summer when it was, almost 100 degrees outside in jeans, because I didn't want anyone to see my legs. I didn't like anything about myself. I complained to my boyfriend so much too of how much I hated myself, how much I hated how I looked, how I was getting fat. And in my mind, he's gonna leave me. Who wants to be with me? Because I went from 110 pounds to 160 pounds. I'm not that cute little tiny girl anymore. He's gonna dump me. I don't look like me anymore. Luckily that didn't happen. We're still together 10 years later. Never really cared about it, but eventually he called me out on it. Basically, we can be super real with each other, and even back then, we were still real. Sorry, I'm talking with my hands a lot, I can't help it. But I was complaining to him. I remember, and we talk about this all the time, I remember it vividly. We were in the car. I went on how I didn't like how I looked. I didn't want to go shopping because nothing fit right. I was just having one of my extremely terrible body image days. And he was fed up at that point. Finally just said, if you don't like yourself right now, do something about it. You work at a fucking gym. Do something. Now, there were two ways I could have taken that. I could have punched him in his face, smacked him, said, how dare you, gone off on him. Or I could have done what I did, went silent because I knew he was right, pouted because, again, I knew he was right, and finally did something. So that didn't happen overnight. It took a long time to be anywhere happy with my body. I remember we would do workouts together. We'd go work out every Friday night together at the gym, and that was our time. That was us together. Who else is in the gym at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night at a YMCA? Not a lot of people. Not a lot. And that was our time. That helped me so much. And I thank him to this day for that. That was 5 years ago. Yeah, 5 years ago. I still thank him for that because I needed that. And there's a lot of people who were in the shoes that I was in, that they're in that right now. They don't have that type of person in their lives. They don't have somebody who can just be real with them, who can show them what to do in the gym, can get them started. Even in the weight room, just something basic. And I had it. And it took me about 1.5 years to really start loving the weight room. Doing so many different exercises. Deadlifting, bench pressing, squatting, moving heavy weight. I worked with a coach the following summer. I did just a summer challenge because I saw it, figured, why not? Do something different. At that point, we stopped working out together and I was doing my own stuff. So I was like, you know what? I need help. I need a different change. That's not me, that's not him. I need somebody else. So I did the summer challenge. Then I worked with her for 3 more months afterwards. By that point, I finally decided I wanted to do a bodybuilding competition. I wanted to try it. I wanted to push myself. I looked up to so many girls on social media. Some that I still follow, some that I don't follow anymore. One in particular, Emily Duncan. She's younger than me. I'm 27. She's 23. But I look up to this woman so much. Even to this day, I still look up to her. She is a huge inspiration to me. But I had followed her bodybuilding competition through the summer, and it lit a fire in me. It made me want to do it. So I reached out to a coach. We started working together in the beginning of that following year of 2016. I think we started together in February or April. February. Following year was in April. But yeah, so I started working with him, and I lost a lot of weight. And I was just proud. I was sticking to it. I was doing the workouts. I was doing my cardio. I was getting my food in. And I mean, it was hard. Don't get me wrong. It was really hard. It was not super easy. Sunshine, daisies, roses, rainbows, unicorns. No, it was fucking hard. But I loved it. Loved every minute of it. I did 2 shows that year. I did an NGA show in October, which is the National Gym Association. It was a natural competition. It was my very first one. It was local. I had to drive like an hour or so to it. Figured, why not? You know, I'd rather do one closer so that family could be there, which my mom, my dad, and my aunt came. I had the boyfriend was in there, of course, and then my other friend was there. Meant a lot to me. Then 2 weeks later, I did a show up north, Rockford, Illinois, NPC Gladiator by Kevin Noble. Great show. My first NPC show. In my height class alone, there were 21 girls. Big difference from the NGA. Big, big difference. My height class had 5 girls at the NGA. So yeah, going from less than about 100 competitors to over 200 competitors, big difference. I was in first call-outs. Couldn't believe it. Now I wasn't top 5, but I was in first call-outs. Say what? My first NPC show, 21 girls, and I'm in the first call-outs? What? Okay, maybe I could do something. So I decided, I'm like, okay, I've dieted long enough. Let me take a little bit of an off season. Should have taken a longer off season though. Didn't want to. Didn't want to listen to my coach. I just wanted to keep competing. Like, I was on a roll. Wanted to keep competing. So I had a off season, not a real off season, from November until April. I had dieted from February to November. All year, basically. and I gave myself 5 months. Now, yes, I was able to put on some weight, able to get my macros up, but it wasn't long enough. I kind of set myself up for failure to make that next prep, my prep of 2017, hard as fuck. Now, I got really lean in 2017. Really lean in 2017. Lowest weight I had been. My lowest weight was 104 pounds. But I won't backpedal. I competed in 3 shows. I got thirds, couple thirds, and a 4th. Pretty proud of that, given how hard I had to push. My macros got really low, and I had a lot of cardio. My body was done. Over it. Completely. It is what it is. But when I was done with my last show, I didn't want to diet anymore. I didn't want to track anymore. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to count. I just wanted to live. I wanted to eat. I did not reverse properly. And that is something I preached. Make sure you reverse. Hypocrite right here, because I didn't do it right. So yeah, I saw more weight gain than I had planned. My body, though, was fighting me so hard going into my last show that when I was done, it was done. It just didn't want to do it anymore. I didn't want to do it anymore. I should have pulled out, but I had already paid. I booked my room. I already paid for my tan. I already paid for everything. So there's no point. I would have lost over $500. So I did it for the experience. It was fun. I made friends. I always make friends. I got to see some old friends. But I should have played it smart. So I'm a good 30 pounds over stage weight. 25, 30 pounds. Not where I want to be. I still am having those images where I'm like, ugh. I look at pictures from this time last year when I was in like the peak of my prep, and I'm like, ugh, I was so tiny. I was so little. I was so lean. I want to be there. I have to rewind and be like, no, you don't want to be there. Because guess what? All you were doing was training, counting all of your food, doing your cardio. It was, at this point last year, I never went out to eat. I didn't go out at all because I was so low on my food that I didn't want to risk it. And I just didn't want to deal with it. I didn't want to deal with trying to figure out what I was eating to put in. You know, you get to the point where you're like, I just have to make my own food. I don't miss that. Like, yes, I still track right now, loosely, but I'm eating so much more. I'm eating a good almost 1,000 calories over where I was. Your girl's eating. She's living. I can go have experiences. I can just have a drink if I want. I love prep. Love bodybuilding. I will do it again. But this whole year, 2018, was for me. Was to bring me back to who I am. I lost my love of the gym and training. I was over it. I didn't want to do it. That was another thing that hurt me. I've refound that love. I do different style of training now. I do HIIT style workouts. I do EMOM, every minute on the minute workouts. I do body weight workouts. I do yoga. Yeah, I still do my bodybuilding workouts, but that's not all I do anymore. So if you're still watching this, thanks for sticking around. But my biggest thing that I tell girls that reach out to me is make sure you're in it for the right reasons. Make sure you want to compete for the right reasons. Make sure you're just in general losing weight for the right reasons. You're doing it for you. Nobody else. Oh, sorry, my shoulder hurts. But you, and you alone. Everybody will have an opinion about you. Doesn't matter who, they're gonna have an opinion about you. People that you think are your closest friends will have an opinion about you. Your family will. But you know what? The only thing you have to care about is your opinion of yourself. Are you doing it for you? You matter. You are what matters. Not what their opinion of you. Who gives a flying fuck what they think about you? If you love yourself, you love what you're doing. Doesn't matter. You have to be in it for yourself. You have to do what you want. Live for you, nobody else. Best piece of advice I could give anybody. Because I was told it, and it changed my life. Have a great night, guys.